Hope you're having a good day. My name is Hiranta Nandasena, as shown here, and I have over 25 years of experience with Excel and around 20 years of experience with Excel macros. So I want to show you easily how you can create Excel macros. I'll show you in just a few minutes. And so, by the way, all of these notes will be in the description of this video, so you can follow along and also practice later. Practice is the key. So what are macros? Basically, a macro is a set of instructions that we can save and make the computer repeat later. So let's say you get a file like this every day and you have to do some formatting, insert columns, delete columns, do some totaling, but you have to repeat those tasks every day. So we can record those steps in a macro, and then when you get the file the next day, you can just run that macro to perform those tasks automatically. You don't have to do them manually. So I'll show you what I mean. And like I said, you get a file like this daily and you have to repeat tasks like this every day. So let's record a macro. A one-time task that you might have to do is add in the developer tab. So here you cannot see a developer tab. And like I said, it's a one-time thing you have to do. So you go to File, Options, Customize Ribbon, and then just tick the developer tab and then click OK. So now we can see the developer tab here. With this present only, you can record macros. But when you open Excel again, it will be here. So going forward. So click Record Macro to start recording the macro. And then we'll perform the steps and then stop the recording. And then the macro would have been created. I'll show you. So let's give it a name for the macro. Let's say format daily sales file. If you like, you can give it a shortcut key so it's easy to rerun the macro daily. Let's say Ctrl+T would rerun the macro. Or you can give it, just don't give like the command keys like C. That's Ctrl+C is usually copy, right? Or V is paste. So don't give those, like something uncommon, let's say T, for example. And then description, let's say format the daily sales file we receive. You can give it any description you like. Click OK. So now you can see it says stop recording because that means it's recording the steps right now. So we covered this shortcut description. So let's follow these steps. Let's save the file first. Why we are doing this is, let's say we save the file now, and at the end of running the macro, let's say we realized, oh, something is wrong. That way, at that point, we can just close the Excel file without saving, and then reopen the same file because we saved it at the beginning, right? So that way, whatever the macro did would not have been saved because at the end you did not save it before you closed it. So if that's the case, just close the file without saving at the end and then reopen the file. So that's why I'm going to save it. So go File and then Save As, and save it as a macro-enabled workbook. Not just regular Excel, but macro-enabled workbook because we have a macro now. So click Save. And then let's say we're going to insert a column before column D and calculate the total. Let's say just do like regular Excel, insert, and let's say total, and then is quantity into price. So 100. Let's copy it down. So now we have the total column here. And let's say make this column bold and highlight it in green. let's say it's an imported column, then go that and highlight it in green, say probably like that. Oh, probably not do that. Just this part. Yeah. So, and then move the custom column. Let's say you want the custom column at the beginning. Cut it and insert cut cells. So now the custom is at the beginning. Change the font. Let's say you want to change the font of the whole file. Select the whole sheet. And let's say, I don't even know what's good. For example, I'm just picking some random one. Let's say, oh, that's not good, too small. So let's see, how about this one? Okay, that's good actually. Let's say you have to increase the font too. So like that, for example, let's increase it even more. Say 16, 18. Oh, that's just the one cell, so I have to actually highlight everything. And let's say 18. Okay, and then change the font, make the header row bold and gray fill. So make the header row bold and the gray fill, so gray color, so it looks a little bit better. And let's say, I forgot to mention here, but you can, let's say, add some borders to make it look like a table. And then let's say, oh, change the amount columns to dollars. This is, oh sorry, these two should be in dollars, so dollars. Sort by total. You want to see the highest total ones first, so go to data, sort, and total, largest to smallest. Click OK. So it's sorted now. And finally, auto fit, for example, and then just click cell A1. Then let's take a look at the macro. Basically, the macro is done, so let's stop recording it. Developer, stop recording. I'll quickly show you what the inside of the macro. And we already did this part actually. Save the file as a macro enabled workbook. And so let's go to take a look at the macro. Go macros. This is the one we created. Step into or edit. Either of them will be fine. And here you can see it recorded the steps. So don't worry too much. Basically, for you to rerun the macro, you don't even have to know all this, what it recorded. But I'll just show you quickly what was done. So I'll quickly show you what the macro did. In a later video, I'll go in more detail how to change the macro, like in here, if the way you want, if needed. But basically, you can just run the macro as is, and it will do whatever we did just now. So that's good. You don't even have to know all this, but I'll just quickly explain to you, like just give you like show you some things, like so save as, for example, as macro enabled. This is the name we gave, for example, and then we put the total. So and then we change the font. By the way, a lot of this, there's more code than needed because I did a lot of repetition, right? I changed the font a few times, so otherwise the code will be much shorter. Like all of this is repetition. So in your case, if you just change the font one time, you won't have many like this, but the code will work because. And then let's see, this is borders, and we put borders to make it look like a table. Changed it to currency format, like dollars, and sorted. So later we'll see it's not too hard to learn how to change this code, but that's for another time. So auto fit. So anyway, so let's close this, and let's try to how to run the macro with the shortcut key and this way. So let's copy this sheet. Let's say you get the file the next day, and then actually let me quickly undo what I did so that way I can show you that the macro works. I should have made a copy of this sheet earlier. I forgot. And remove any color fill. Oh, change the font to, let's say it was Courier, I believe, earlier. Oh, sorry, Calibri, sorry. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, maybe. Let's say, for example, it's Calibri right now. The macro will change everything. Oh, customer column was here. And there was actually no total column. So that was how it was produced. So let me make a copy of this sheet so I can show you how to run it both ways, with the shortcut and without the shortcut. So let's run the macro. I said Control plus T to run the macro. So I'm hitting the Control key, holding it down, and hitting the T letter right now on the keyboard. So it's just asking, do you want to save over the current file? I'll just click yes. Perfect. So price, total, it's sorted and looks great. And let's see. So here I'll show you how to run it by going here, developer, macros, and the macro we recorded is here. Just click run. It'll ask you, do you want to save over the current file? Just click yes. Nice, looks perfect. So now that we have stopped recording the macro and we know the macro works great, now we can save this file, and this way the macro will be saved to this file. So that's how you record a macro. And so please like and subscribe. It will help my channel a lot for it to grow. And I'll be uploading even more videos like this to show you in an easy way how to record macros and how to change macros and how to do very cool things in Excel. Thank you for watching and have a great day.